All right, welcome to the show. We are just starting off. We're just getting things ready to go with Twitch and everything going on with Facebook Live. We should be live here in just a little bit, so stay tuned. We'll be getting into that in just a little bit. Coming up in just a little bit, we do have the potential for some more showers and thunderstorms coming our way. And into tonight, things are going to be looking a little bit better with the potential of some drier conditions for the time being. Again, pardon me for not paying attention to the cameras just yet because I'm the owner, operator, and cameraman, audio, and everything else going on here. So I got to work to see that everything's taken care of. And for right now, this is where I check the audio on Facebook to make certain it doesn't sound like I'm talking into a coffee can. And that sounds pretty good. So we are good to go at this point in time. It is Wednesday, peak of the week. If you are just joining us, welcome to the show on Facebook and also on Twitch TV, keeping an eye on what's going on across the area where it comes to weather in this area. We are live and direct from the area of downtown Chattanooga. This is WDEF News 12 from downtown Chattanooga. More information at our website, WDEF.com. We are live weeknights at about this time on Twitch and Facebook. We're trying to get onto live on YouTube, but we're having some audio issues tonight. We got the camera working, so that's good progress, but unfortunately it's going to take a little while longer to hopefully next week maybe we'll be able to get live on there and any other possible online events coming up as well. So stay tuned for more on that. This is our effort to try to make certain you stay informed with what's going on with weather in and around this area of the country. We are coming to you live from southeast Tennessee, northwest Georgia, northeast Alabama, and extreme western parts of North Carolina. We'll show you the map coming up here in just a little bit. But again, if you got any questions or concerns, drop me an email at aonek@wdef.com, or you can drop a comment into the stream chat on Twitch, or you can say hi on the comments section on Facebook, and we'll say hello to you as we are able to do so. Again, I'm doing everything here, so this is what gets involved with your one-man band type situation. Coming up, we do have, again, quiet conditions for now. We will be seeing the potential of maybe some stronger weather coming up as we get into the end of this week and into the weekend itself, where we'll cool off and we'll kind of clear things out by just a little bit. We'll show you that coming up here in just a little while, so stay tuned for more there. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please join us on our website at wdef.com/weather. We're about 10 minutes before 10 o'clock on this Wednesday evening, so if you are just joining us, keeping you updated as to what's going on. Most of the rainfall has left the area. We are still seeing a few speckles of showers, a little bit more activity trying to pop up over I-40. This is the viewing area for News 12. Again, southeast Tennessee, extreme western North Carolina, back into around northwest Georgia, basically to the north and west of Atlanta, into the northwestern corner of the state, and the northeastern two counties in Alabama. So we cover 4 different states, numerous counties in that area, which as of right now, again, things are very much on the quiet side, so it doesn't seem like too much of a problem. Should mention, again, coming up in just a little bit, if you'd like to take part in more about weather data collection, maybe you're a weather aficionado like I have been for a very long period of time, but you don't want to have to go to all the trouble of getting a meteorology degree. You can help out in what is called citizen science to collect information just like this. And we'll talk more about that coming up here in just a little while. In the meantime, we'll give you updates on the forecast, and we'll take a look at severe weather potential as well, so stay tuned for that. 64 our high temperature, about 3 degrees above our normal 61, about 20, we'll call it 18 degrees below a record high that hasn't been broken since 1956. 55 the low temperature, that's 15 degrees above normal and way above the record low, which was set back in 1901. My grandfather was 2 years old at that point in time, and looking at a record low of 13 degrees above zero. Just about 2/3 of an inch for the day, picking up most of that rain after midnight and we've managed to recoup a lot for the month. So we're now right about where we should be, within about a fraction of an inch. We're still behind for the year by also about a fraction of an inch, so we could use a little bit more rain. It looks like we're going to be picking that up as we go into the course of the next couple of days, so stay tuned for more on that. Thanks to one of our viewers from the area around Rossville, Georgia, Kay Magan, hope I'm saying that correct, with a name like Onek. I want to make certain that I'm saying everybody's name correctly. Back in January, after that big winter storm rolled on through, the temperatures dropped enough to where her koi pond and the fountain there froze over. So again, with the temperatures, the top surface freezes, but the koi in the pond can survive in those cold temperatures as long as the whole thing doesn't freeze. And a couple of days ago, she sent us a picture of the fountain and the pond, which have now thawed thanks to the warmer temperatures that we've been seeing. So a nice little update. Thank you very much, Ms. K, for a view from Rossville, Georgia, and the koi in the pond taking a picture there for us. That's our Langley Roofing weather window picture of the day. And again, if you've got pictures out there, we would love to see more about what you're seeing, so please send those in to us at pictures@wdef.com, or you can get them to our Facebook, X, or Instagram pages. That, again, is your opportunity to send in pictures that you've seen out there. You can be anonymous if you want to, but please give us an idea as to where you were or what you were looking at, so we don't have to guess about anything. Those tiny little things really make it neat so we can tell people about what you saw and where. So please consider that if you're going to be heading out pretty soon. From Island Cove Marina and Resort, clouds have broken up quite nicely, but we'll be seeing more clouds coming back into the picture as we go into the next several hours. I don't think it's going to be totally clear tomorrow. I also don't think it's going to be totally cloudy either. It's going to be that happy medium, kind of what we're seeing here, partly to mostly cloudy. Temperatures have dropped another degree in the last 5 hours to 60. And winds a little breezy out of the northwest at about 9 miles per hour. That's our latest storm system that has been doing a very good job of giving us some potential rainfall. That is now over portions of the Carolinas. That nice swirl in the atmosphere that you see there. Amazing how beautiful the atmosphere can be with all the motion of the moisture out there, the drier air mixing together, so you can see again that big swirl taking place here as that storm system reaches the east coast and up around the Delmarva Peninsula. What's going to happen next? We are going to see that storm system head out over New England and the western Atlantic, and then we've got a combination of systems over here which are going to be making their way down our direction and coming up in the next couple of days. We're going to be seeing more chances of showers and thunderstorms from all of this. It doesn't look like much for right now, but that will be giving us the best potential of some more rumbles of thunder and rainfall coming up, again, as we go toward about Friday or so. In between here and there, we've got not much of anything going on. What we do actually have is a plume of moisture coming in. This is kind of a atmospheric river in and of itself, because this moisture that you're seeing here all the way out to the Hawaiian Islands and beyond, all of that moisture, the clouds that you're seeing making their way on through, that is the moisture coming in from off the Pacific. And look at where all of that is heading to, right over our direction. So again, it may clear out a little bit, but I think by tomorrow morning these clouds will be heading over our direction. And again, you can thank parts of the central Pacific for sending this moisture our direction all the way out past Hawaii into and around portions of the central Pacific. This is not giving us too much in the way of moisture down toward the surface. Some around Southern California, and then over parts of the Rio Grande, North Mexico, picking up some decent amounts of moisture there. And that, again, is just way out to our west, and there's not that much of it. But next few days, we'll be seeing the Gulf open up and send some more moisture up our direction, and that is what could be giving us some potential problems into the next couple of days. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. Carlos Yates checking in on Facebook from Memphis. Welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. Hope everything is doing well back over in that area, my former stomping grounds. Thanks for checking in for tonight. Rest of the evening, again, we'll be seeing less in the way of rain, but more clouds into tomorrow morning as that last storm system passes on through back to the east of us. Thursday afternoon, I think, should be just about as mild as today, but it will be decently mild. Normal for this time of the year, lower to mid 60s, and we should be just above that in the mid to upper 60s. For Thursday night around News 12 at 11, not much happening yet, but as we get into Friday morning, speckles of showers from here back to our northwest, and then Friday afternoon, part of that storm system back to our west, sending a warm front our direction, so it looks like it may warm up quite nicely, with temperatures staying pretty mild into Friday evening. Then, down to our south, we've got the next part of that storm system that'll be moving our way, and just to our west and northwest around Saturday, that's where we see the best potential of showers, maybe some thunderstorms coming through. Severe weather potential, hang on, stay tuned, we'll talk about that in just a little while. And then that system moves through early Saturday afternoon. That will usher in some drier air and some cooler conditions. So as we get into very early Sunday morning, we'll see some brisk numbers out there back into around the lower 40s. Could even drop a couple of places into the upper 30s, it looks like, around daybreak right before then. And then afterwards, Sunday afternoon looks glorious. Plenty of sun out there, dry conditions, winds will be out of the northwest. So we will see, again, just a bit of a potential for anything involving some chillier, drier, good for outdoor conditions coming up, because Friday and Saturday doesn't really look that way. They'll be nice, but just doesn't really look like it for right now. So for the time being, I think we'll be clearing out by just a little bit. In the meantime, Friday and Saturday get set for some wet conditions out there, and we'll talk more about the 7-day severe chances coming up in just a little while. Here's what it looks like, again, staying on the mild side until we get into Sunday. Then temperatures drop below normal into the mid to upper 50s. Granted, that's not exactly a drop in Arctic blast type temperatures, but it is going to be noticeably cooler and drier out here. And then we rebound quite nicely into around the mid to upper 60s to lower 70s with plenty of sunshine into around the area coming up next week. Mid to upper 60s to lower 70s. Rick Bircher checking in from Topeka, Kansas. Say hello to your dad and my goddaughter Bethany there. And that cold front that you're getting is going to be heading our direction, so thank you very much. We could use that rainfall, so thank you very much for sending it our direction right there. We are going to see more potential of sunshine next week and some very mild temperatures in the Tennessee River Valley. So next week from Sunday onwards looks pretty good, and the next best chance of rainfall in the semi-near future looks like it's going to be somewhere around the middle of the month, around the Ides of March, coming up on the 15th. So also forgot to put this in here, but in a few days, don't forget that this weekend is the beginning of daylight saving time. So please don't forget to get your clocks taken care of. Remember, spring forward 1 hour. Why we're still doing this, I have no idea. Don't forget to change the batteries in your smoke detector, and don't forget to change the batteries in your weather radio. Let's make certain, and your carbon monoxide detector, if you've got one of those, let's make certain we all stay safe out there regarding all of that. And again, that's coming up this weekend, daylight saving time, beginning once again for the umpteenth time, even though we really don't need it. It'd be nice to go ahead and get rid of that at some point out there. All right, so in the semi-near future, if you have a ability, if you have an enjoyment of weather data, if you like being a Skywarn spotter, if you like just watching the weather and keeping track of things, that's great, because the National Weather Service could use your help when it comes to keeping track of things like weather data. And it's a very simple way that you can help out with things like this. It's called CocoRoss, or the Community Collaborative Rain, Hail, and Snow Network, sponsored by the National Weather Service, active in, I believe, all 50 states on there. You have to have the proper data to actually become a spotter. You have to have an actual rain gauge, a plastic accurate rain gauge that you can measure what's going on when it comes to rainfall. And then you bring your information in from the National Weather to the National Weather Service by reporting in as much as you possibly can the data of what you see out there. And that is called, again, the collaborative network, that if you have the ability to do this, to keep track of information, that the National Weather Service could really use your help on this. And I'd like to show you just one little thing. This is from the National Weather Service in Morristown that covers a part of our area. So if you've never seen this before, this is kind of important to take a look at. The National Weather Service on here, part of the graphic from there, so thank you guys very much for that. Now this is really interesting because each March, the whole community of Cocoa Ross has a competition to see which state can recruit the most new observers. This year, the competition is known as the, quote, precipitation absurdity. But you know, in this quote here, but you know what's really absurd? Tennessee has never, ever won this challenge. So if you live in Tennessee and you've ever thought about becoming a Cocoa Ross observer, now's the opportunity to do so on there. And this is really cool to take a look at just how much of the amount of information that comes out of here. Some of the reports that come from around parts of the United States, thousands of reports out there, and your information could fill in gaps that we have between official rain stations. Again, if you have a bunch of rain falling between Birmingham, Atlanta, Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Nashville, if anything falls right in the middle there and there's nothing to record it or no one to notice it, we don't have any information for that. So it could be a downburst of incredible proportions, but if we don't have the data to take a look at, it's very difficult to say what exactly is out there. And some of this information comes from people just like you. So if you'd like to give this a try, it's a great opportunity to find out more about what you're doing and how to do it, including some great animations at cocoross.org if you'd like to find out more about what to do, how to measure stuff, the tools you need, what a daily precipitation amount is like. That's all available in various locations on their website. So a good opportunity, again, to find out more about what is going on. And again, it's a contest to see who is available out there to get the number of new volunteers out across the area. I knew I was going to need this page at some point, but you can look up the other views out there, including a 24-hour map from, say, around Tennessee. But you can find out who's signed up in the course of the last several days and keep track of, okay, there it is. This is the current amount of the precipitation absurdity contest through March 31st. The good news is that Tennessee is ranked at with 44 new stations. So Tennessee is number 2 at this time regarding new Cocoa Ross volunteers. Minnesota is obviously far and away number 1 with 144. Others in this area for the top 10, it doesn't look like we get anything until we get down to around Mississippi, and there's only 4 new ones there. Alabama has 3, and let's see if North Carolina's in there at 7, so that looks like it's almost in the top 10. So a few new ones, but if you'd like to join up, now would be a great opportunity to become a Cocoa Ross volunteer. So please consider doing that. We'll post more links on my website, so if you'd like to know more details about that, or we'll post it again at wdef.com/weather. Great opportunity to practice citizen science. This is something that kids can get involved in. Yes, there is a bit of an investment to get the accurate rain gauges. In this case, you just can't use a coffee can and a ruler. You need to have the actual official rain gauge that they use to monitor weather with. So nice to be able to have that around. And this is for any state. If you're watching this from Washington State, Florida, Maine, California, wherever, you can do this. It's not just for Tennessee. It's not just for the Tennessee River Valley News 12 viewing area stations. You can become a Cocoa Ross volunteer wherever you happen to be. So please consider that. It's going to be a good opportunity to learn more about things. Now, for severe weather, I want to touch on this real quick. Tonight's severe weather threat was over parts of the Carolinas. We do not appear to be having that anymore, so that looks to be cleared out for the time being. What we also see at this point is going a little farther forward, so we go into Thursday. The pale green color is just generic thunderstorms, and that comes up to about the Mississippi River and points to the west. There's a little bit more potential in that marginal threat south of Kansas City and down into around Green Country in northeastern Oklahoma. And then as we go into Friday, that threat of thunderstorms gets closer to us. The closest threat we have is that marginal threat from southwest Georgia across central Alabama, northern Mississippi, through the mid-south, and back into southern Missouri. Even higher possibility, let me zoom out just a little bit. It looks like the threat is mainly going to be staying down toward the Gulf Coast, around New Orleans, back toward Houston, in that slight risk. That is the heaviest area of severe weather, and it looks to be staying there as we go into Saturday. So for right now, there's no threat of severe weather for the area, but by Friday into Saturday, there is that better chance of getting some thunderstorms in there, and that's what we're going to be paying attention to into the course of the next couple of days. So please keep it tuned to News 12 and let you know more about what we may be looking for coming up relatively soon. Again, these severe weather forecasts that you see change. In this case, the day 1 forecast changes about every 6 hours. The day 2 forecast changes about every 12 hours, and it gets longer from there. The experimental days 4 through 8, they take a little bit longer, about every 24 hours to update, and we're just not seeing anything for our area. So good news again on that. Let me get one more thing again for the day today. This was the statewide tornado test for North Carolina, and the Severe Weather Awareness Week for the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, but we only cover North Carolina and even then the western part of the state. Want to make certain our viewers in Cherokee County, North Carolina are aware of the situation. Again, severe weather awareness there. The topic for tomorrow is lightning safety. And if you'd like to know more about this, head to our website at wdef.com/weather if you'd like to get more details about what is coming up for North Carolina and how to be prepared for things like severe weather. Now, again, want to make certain this is on everybody's calendar who is available for this. Coming up in just about 2 weeks and a day on Thursday, the March 21st at 6 p.m. Central Time. That area west of Chattanooga, that's the dividing line between central and eastern time zones. On March 21st, 6 p.m., the Lawson Building in Jasper, Tennessee, National Weather Service will be holding a Skywarn spotter training course. Again, Marion County is part of the News 12 viewing area, so we'd like to tell you about those in the viewing area so everybody can make it to one of these meetings. 6 p.m. is going to be your opportunity to have a training session from the National Weather Service. Now, if you can't make that one, there's another way to do so, but I'll talk about that in a second. Same day, earlier in the morning, Northwest Georgia, Gordon County in Calhoun, Georgia, 9:30 to 11:30 a.m., same day as the one in Marion County, Tennessee. In Georgia, taught by the National Weather Service in Peachtree City. You can find out more information at their website, weather.gov/FFC. And this one, they're not requesting that you sign up ahead of time. If you'd like to know more about the meeting, you got contact information through the Skywarn page, again at weather.gov/FFC. There's more information available again at that website. Your opportunity to show up and be a Skywarn spotter. The more Skywarn spotters we have, the safer we all are. Like the Coco Ross volunteers we just showed you, the more readings we have across the area, the more data we have, and the easier it is for us to pick up more about what happened in between the bigger cities in the more rural areas. So if you'd like to be a spotter, if you'd like to be a Coco Ross volunteer, your opportunity to do so, easily available. And again, you can find out more through weather.gov at the various websites that we have there. Now, if you can't make it to any of the meetings, you can take the training online. It's very easy. All you have to do is register for an account, totally free, meted.ucar, the University Corporation for Atmospheric Research. So that's your website. Sign up for the Skywarn class after you register, and again, free registration. All you have to do is sign up, take the course, pass the quiz, and then call your National Weather Service or email them to tell them that you took the course, you have the registration, and then you can sign up to be a Skywarn spotter in your particular area. So again, a great opportunity to take the course wherever you are, whenever you want to take it. It's always available for you to take it. So again, a good opportunity to be able to see more there. So please drop by and take a look at that. And starting up in about 2 weeks, the National Weather Service in Nashville will be presenting the next topics in their weather education series titled Weather 101. If you'd like to know more about how to read forecast models, how the National Weather Service does storm damage surveys, taking observations in 3 dimensions, the North American monsoon season. The next one will be on weather radar coming up the 19th of March at 10 o'clock in the morning. You log in on your computer. All you have to do is watch and listen. If you want to respond and ask questions verbally, you will have to have a microphone of some sort that you will be able to sign in and to talk to the National Weather Service on. But in the meantime, all you have to do is join up and watch, and really cool opportunity to take a look at more at what is coming up in the way of topics. This is a very cool weather education program. There's a lot of opportunities to see what goes on. You can sign up at their website, and again, to get the information, head to our website at wdef.com/weather for more details about what it is and who to contact if you'd like to see more. Again, the first course coming up will be Tuesday, March 19th, 10 a.m. Central Time in the morning. The topic will be radar, and again, this is an online public weather education seminar. Really nice of the National Weather Service to do this, so please drop by and find out a lot more as to what's going on. I think that's about going to do it for tonight. Didn't realize we've been on for almost half an hour at this point, so nice to be able to see that. And thanks to everybody for signing up on Twitch and for watching what's going on out there. I think we've done, one more thing we need to do before I go too far here. This was our weather poll earlier, thanking our new sponsor, friendinroofing.com, for our weather poll page here. The question today, the groundbreaking special effect of the tornado from MGM's version of the Wizard of Oz back in 1939, that movie, was made with what? Canvas, balsa wood, muslin cloth, which is kind of a rough cotton fabric, or plain yarn. Tie vote between balsa wood and muslin cloth, and the winning answer, the correct answer was muslin cloth, actually. Yarn came in second place at 24, and I'm surprised nobody voted for canvas out there. That's kind of neat to be able to see, but kind of interesting to see that effect as well. That's our Friend in Roofing weather poll question of the day, and thanks to friendinroofing.com for being our weather sponsor on there. I think that should do it for Peak of the Week Wednesday, and we'll have more information coming up as we go into tomorrow morning. There will be the potential of some fog in the morning, so please tune in for Chip Chapman's forecast. That'll be coming up at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. You can watch our newscasts online at WDEF.com. Just click on the Watch Live Now button, and you can see more about what's going on there. And, of course, we'll have more details on the forecast and all the other stuff we've talked about at WDEF.com/weather. You can find out a whole bunch more there as well in the next several days, and keep it tuned for more coming up into the weekend. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. That has been our weather forecast for Wednesday, the 6th of March. We'll have more details on the forecast again tonight on News 12 at 11. And, of course, Chip Chapman's got more bright and early coming up on Thursday morning at 5 a.m. Thanks for joining us on our exclusive video weather blog, Weather Overtime, for Wednesday. We'll see you back here on Thursday. Please have a safe rest of the night into tomorrow morning. And, again, we'll see you again on Thursday.